Hameen Media Group presents your NXT Next Level Wrestling Review with your host, Big Ray and the Vet. So,
are you ready? We said, are you ready?
good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whenever you're watching this live or on replay. ChannelAttitude.com, ladies and gentlemen. I am the pundit of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre today, and this is your Next Level Wrestling Review. Your Next Level Wrestling Review. Yes, we review NXT and do news and go back in the day and back in time and all this stuff. Listen, thank you guys for all your prayers. I almost died last week. Vet, thank you for all those text messages, the letters that you sent, selfies for some reason on the toilet. It was amazing. I appreciate you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of who am I talking to? Who the hell am I talking to here, folks? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to somebody who is well known as the best in the world. Yes, the very best of this or any other world. It is the one, the only, my co-host, the Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. Toilet selfies. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, as you heard here, he is not only the best in the world, he's a Rip Rogers guy. It's the Vet. Good morning.
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Well, I would assume you did not enjoy WWE NXT live from Orlando, Florida, or where the hell it's from.
Could anyone?
Well, it wasn't necessarily horrible. It's just the way it ended. What are we talking about? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to tune in and find out. Now, I want you to do me a favor, guys and gals. I don't usually do this at the top of the show. I'm going to ask you to do it right now. I want you guys to share this link wherever you're watching. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, wherever the hell you're watching, it doesn't matter. Just share the information. Let people know that we're live. So, Vet, last week, just wanted to give you a heads up. Diverticulitis. What is it? It's taken out monsters like Brock Lesnar. Immovable objects. He's an immovable object. What's the other word? Is irresistible forces like Kenny Omega. Taken out. And of course, it takes me out every once in a while. So when I get a stomach flu, it's kind of like being stabbed by a fucking long sword. I was in bed for 24 hours straight, vomiting, shitting water out of my ass, Vet. It was horrible. So I'm sorry I couldn't do the show.
Nah.
All right, that's cool. Well, thank you for Rick Vickery, and thank you for Jimmy T from the PWC for jumping in and joining me. So I'm joining us. Sorry, joining you. Yeah, man. Let me just set this up here. How's your week been so far?
The week is fine, I guess. It's been one of those days.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully we can turn that frown upside down.
But we still got a whole show to go. I mean,
or not. Just put my coffee over here. All right. Well, we have a packed house right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's very early, and we have quite a few people here. So why don't we just say hello to our friends and fans and family?
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're going to acknowledge me. You're there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Yeah, man. So why don't we look up into the heavens above? And I'm going to give a shout out to two of my favorite people in the world, ladies and gentlemen, is the one and the only Media M5, the man who's got the gabagool, and my boy, that dude, Tim. Thank you for joining us, guys. We love you, and we will never forget you. The thankful one, Michael Vasquez, thanking us for the upload. We have the biggest ass in all of HMG, Frank's Pickleboro ass. We have the one and the only Cold. Oh, wait, you know what?
That was cold-blooded!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cold-Blooded is here. He says, morning, friends. The artist has finally returned, and the sexiest beard in all of HMG, the man doing Illuminati things, it is the one, the only, Bobo. He says only 2.5 weeks until Big Ray and Colin finally have their apartment hotel room wrestling match. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but that will never happen because I'm not touching Colin. I don't want to get diseases. He has a lot of diseases. We have the master and ruler of the world, who doesn't give a damn who you are. Zane Vicious is here, ladies and gentlemen, and we have Paul, a.k.a. the shooter. What's going on, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Who else we got here with us, ladies and gentlemen? I do not know how to say this name. Can you help me with this? What is this? CKY Halo? Is that what it is?
It's pronounced Scott Woodford.
That's Scotty Woodford?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why every time I freaking say...
Yeah, that's why every time you say
right,
you go into the...
I was in a world where Republicans won every election. And it was terrible. Just like this, just like now. Anyway, what am I doing here? We got the dancing one, the handsome one, the slashing one, Dan Heffron. He's here. Greetings and salutations, my friend. We have Alexa, all the way from Germany. Guten Tag, my friend. What's going on? Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Morning, guys. At a public place, no volume, but I will be lurking. Well, that's creepy. What does that mean? The park, maybe? You know what? No questions. Ooh, yeah. We have the lovely Elizabeth walking down that aisle, the cream of the crop. Yeah. What's up, Liz? Long time no see. What else we got here? J12 _99. Is this still our J12? Yes, it is. He's got the Louis Vuitton gimmick, the camouflage gimmick. That's how we know it's him. That's how we know he's still fresh. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Jerome is in the house. Jerome's here, ladies and gentlemen. Says good morning, HMG family. And yes, this is a family, folks. We visit each other once a week, every single week around this time of the, the day. Let me just restart. Okay, thank you. Restart this. We have, ladies and gentlemen, I've told you this many times. And let me know what. Let me just. Mandir. Mandir's here. He's amazing. He's a man and a deer. And all the women out there, all the lady deers, you're in trouble. Mandir. I told Colin, stop with the fucking AI videos. Vet, I understand why you've grown a disdain towards them. And after the 766th fucking video I've been tagged in, enough. I love you. I appreciate you. I just don't find any creativity in it. And at first it was fun, the first week or two. But literally, if you have a friend named Colin Wysong, it is non-stop. He sent me a video of packages of hot dogs singing my name last night. Why? Right?
This is why... I mean, the good news is, normally when I say something and then it takes you like several months or even years to catch up, like with the Xbox thing. But now it's only taken like 2 weeks. So your turnaround time is improving greatly.
You're like a foot fungus, growing on me quickly. It's itchy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a man that is magnanimous, a man that is effervescent. Ladies and gentlemen, he is absolutely glorious. Professor Chalbelo Veracruz. My brother, what's going on, brother? Thank you for jumping in also with us. Man, it's got to be a 3-man booth. I'm sorry. That wreckage is just so much better when the professor's there. I love you guys both, but it's just a symbiotic, copacetic, fatal three-way of fantasticness when you guys are on the show.
If we kick Jimmy out and just get it down to a two-man booth.
That would work. Jimmy, you're fired. No? All right. We'll see what happens. We love you, Jimmy. Well, I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hammer time. Charles the Hammer Evans. Or Alfred. I like Evans better. But Alfred's cool. What's up, Hammer? What's up, HMG family? What's up, children? And that is it. Did I miss anyone?
Let's see. That.
I'm the man.
Is anybody on Twitch?
Nope. I have all the Twitch streams here. So, you know how we do, ladies and gentlemen. And we have some stuff to talk about here. So with that being said, it's time. Is it time for ASMR? Time for ASMR. No, it's time for the 3 count.
This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet.
Well. So, I know. How can I put this? We don't really talk politics here, but this isn't really politics related as much as it is wrestling related and stupid related. Last night I noticed a tweet being put up by one AEW star, Mansoor. Are you familiar with this guy, Vet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Vet, let's not look at this politically. Okay, let's just look at this with the as a man who wrestles for the second biggest company in the world, wrestling company in the world, the man that has been given, he's been given kind of a shine over there, right? He gets kind of popular there, him and his tag team partner and stuff. Yeah, pretty, right? Would you say that? Is it fair?
A little bit, something. Yeah.
A little platform. Vet, I'm going to show you this tweet if you haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it yet, the tweet? No, okay. It was last night. I replied to this tweet, but it doesn't matter what I said to him because I was very respectful and I was very honest and stuff. But let's just look at the tweet itself, and you tell me, Vet, as a company owner, as a person that's trying to get a TV deal, how smart is it to post this? Dick Cheney is dead, and a Muslim is mayor in New York City. We up. Well, Vet, I said to myself, man, this probably ain't going to end well. It is now national news, as Fox has picked this up along with many other major news corporations. It says here, pro wrestling star Mansoor celebrated the death of former Vice President Dick Cheney and the election of Zohran Mamdani as New York mayor on Tuesday. So the question is this, and like I said, it's not political. Why can't the modern day professional wrestler not make their personal and private feelings so publicly known in a very public platform?
Why can't they?
And do you think it was smart to do this?
I mean, it's smart, depending on, what your goals are and your outlook. Maybe not. If everybody else just does it, I don't know why we hold pro wrestlers to any different of a standard.
Well, this is a pro wrestling show. That's why it's
no. But I mean, but that's what I mean. Like whether our business is politics or whether our business is pro wrestling or whatever. I can't relate because I don't just go exclaiming things on social media. The only thing I do with social media is tell people when I go live or when we go live.
That's true.
Or repost something to, or if I do put a comment somewhere, it's one of you guys that I know. like it's somebody that I would know and have talked to personally.
Right.
So I can't relate to anybody that needs to exclaim things. Do I have a problem with what he said? No, but do I think it's a good idea for anybody in these positions to bring the heat on themselves? Not really.
See, I'm looking at the landscape of, a lot of people celebrated the death of, what do I see that unaliving?
So I didn't even know, when did this happen? When did Dick Cheney died?
So he literally died yesterday.
It's yesterday. Okay.
He died yesterday, and New York City elected its first Muslim. And like what my reply is basically like, all right, New York got a Muslim mayor, cool. Celebrating the death of a former vice president, not cool, not smart. Facepalm emoji, nothing crazy. Here's a problem though, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the landscape of the world. I'm not talking about just professional wrestling. When Charlie Kirk was unalived, people lost their jobs, for voicing their glee of the death of someone. And I just don't think, working for a major company that big, a global company, a company that, again, that's trying to get a TV deal, I don't know if that's the best fucking move you could do right now. And I think it's actually irresponsible, not only for him, it's irresponsible for him because he has a tag team partner that wrestles alongside of him. So what he says not only affects him, but it also affects the goofball in the picture with him, and it also affects his tag team partner. How many times have we seen, Vet, in wrestling where a tag team is doing really well, and then all of a sudden the other tag team partner is caught in a fucking car with a hooker and a six-pack of beer open?
Well,
It's
you don't
just
even,
stupid.
you don't even, not only that, you don't even have to do anything bad. The reason that Crime Time was held back politically is because Shad Gaspard was a lot.
Right. That's a great point.
And Shad never did anything bad, but the people around there just don't like somebody that's boisterous and, just gregarious, somebody that has like a big personality like that, or doesn't necessarily follow every single last locker room etiquette, that the Old Boys Network wanted them to do. So that hurt JTG in the long run. So now imagine that you do things that do have like political, and I don't mean, now I'm not talking about like governmental, but I mean like, personal politics, like, political consequences. So now you're talking about, like you said, you're affecting anybody that you're related to just by making this public display, and your company, you're forcing their hand to either like stand by you or get rid of you and say, we had nothing to do with that. You shouldn't put Tony Khan in that position. You shouldn't have him having to answer questions. That's what I say.
This question here, it says, like, Mansoor is moving the needle. TK alone has put the 8 ball for corporate America, blah, 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 blah. Mansoor moving the needle. It's not about Mansoor.
Once again, like a broken needle, artist missing the point.
Right.
That's a John Cena reference.
It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it's like, you don't... Didn't Ray just put up the fact that this nobody made national news? I mean, wasn't that the point of you putting that article up? Like that this random tweet made a thing. So now, you could, regardless of whether you were somebody before, you're being talked about now, and now the spotlight is being shown on you.
Right. So this is what I'm saying, artists, and whoever else is watching this. It's not how popular it is. Like if Hangman Adam Page did it, it's the same shit. If fucking just give me a low level wrestler right now in AEW. Anybody. Give me who's a low level guy, like a real low level guy that loses all the time, or girl.
Griff Garrison.
If Griff Garrison came out right now and tweeted, Hitler was right. Fuck, he works for the company. I'm just saying, like nobody knows who the fuck Griff Garrison is, but guess what? You know how they always say that what is it? People are always watching. Bro, you don't think Fox, you don't think these right-wing, especially the far right-wing, whatever, they're looking for shit like this. Look how quick. Last night when he did this tweet, and I saw it, it popped up on my, and I didn't even know I follow this fucking guy. It just popped up on my Twitter feed. And it just, boom, it exploded. It's a lot of retweets, man. It's a lot of people that a lot of views on this tweet. And if you look at this picture, now I'm gonna get off this story, but if you look at this picture of this tweet, right, and you see that it's 113,000. This was yesterday. This was it's a lot more now. You ever heard of the term ratioed? It's only 9,000 likes. That says something about that. It's not a smart move. That's all I'm saying. Especially when you work for major. I can't sit here, Vet. I work for a company. I work for a building in Manhattan, and I can't sit here and say something stupid like, well, I'm not gonna say it, but like something, let's say, just really disparaging about a certain race, like really, like for real. Or I can't be like, oh yeah, I like squeezing tits or something stupid. Like I can't do that. It's just not a smart move, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's just not a smart move. And I don't now, guess what? If you think that people, remember, I think you've said this too, the internet is forever. So whether he takes it down or not, it doesn't make a difference now. Now, unfortunately, Tony Khan, who I believe is a sweetheart of a guy, and I'm being honest with you when I say that, he's being put in this position now to make a decision. Like you said, Vet, does he stand with it or does he fucking fire the guy? He did it to himself. Fucking unfortunate. Let's jump over to Wrestling Observer Radio. Says here, Dave Meltzer, you may have heard of that guy, and Brian Alvarez, both of these guys, said that WWE is purposely teasing AEW star. Gee, I wonder who that is. AEW stars possibly appearing in John Cena's last match tournament. That's apparently part of the reason behind his language regarding wrestlers don't currently work for the company. Yeah, we know that. You don't think AEW is going to let any like Edge or any of these guys really wrestle in the WWE, will they? Will he? Especially after this whole Mansoor thing.
Mansoor ruined his chances of facing John Cena.
Jesus, so stupid.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think this is just.
But he's a pushover. So like, if somebody really wanted to do it, he would, probably let him.
I think, and tell me if you think I'm crazy. I think that if Triple H would have called this guy directly, he'd pick up right away. But I don't know the guy personally. I just think, from what I've seen and the way he reacts to things. We'll see how it plays out. The opening segment of Raw this week went 10 minutes longer than it was expected to. Shocker. As per Brian Alvarez, you may have heard of that guy again, the company was left scrambling with the rest of the show. As a professional wrestler, Vet, and working for somebody and under the learning tree of Rip Rogers, Al Snow, that type of thing, honestly, Vet, from what you understand, how does it really affect the show when you go over that much? Like they say 1 minute is too much, 2 minutes is too much to go over. People get yelled at, from Gorilla for going 30 seconds over the time, in their match. 10 minutes is a long time, brother. Like, what are we talking? We're talking about maybe two matches, three talking segments, or maybe one talking segment, depending.
One entrance,
yep. So how does this really truly affect the show? In your opinion, or your knowledge?
So it depends on the scale with which you're working. If you are in some indie mud show or something somewhere, and the matches go over, all that really sucks is that everybody has to stay later, depending on how many matches are on the card, right? Mm-hmm. So no harm done. When you're working with television and you have strict outs, it makes a huge difference because now you do have to scramble to cut some stuff. And let's face it, there's always some stuff that could be cut. So ultimately the decision probably shouldn't be that difficult when you have to make it, but it's still annoying for everybody involved. And it's disrespectful, to if you've been allotted a time and you go over it by such an amount. Like 10 minutes is a really long time to go over.
You say disrespectful. How is it disrespectful?
Well, because if everybody's if this stuff is mapped out and timed out, if you have your show timed out, like this has to take this long, this has to take this long, this has to take long, everybody's expecting to get a certain amount of time. So now if you took that time away from me, if I had 10 minutes and now no minutes, like my whole match got cut. Okay? The fact that you did that to somebody when you couldn't even get your shit in on time, that's disrespectful. I mean, how is it not? Why even ask? But the other thing is though, now there's this sort of a new thing because we have this Netflix thing, which doesn't have a hard time. They can say whatever they want, but it's bullshit. They don't have any restrictions on their time because there's nothing on Netflix coming on after. So however long the show goes, that's how long it goes. Or however short it goes, that's how it goes. It's not like you watch Netflix live and then the next thing comes up. So it doesn't really matter if you go long because everybody can still just go on with the show and the show will just be longer. You still shouldn't do it because, again, they're counting on you to hit those times and be professional. So which was the opening segment? Was that the CM Punk?
CM Punk and the Bronze and fucking YouTuber guy.
Right.
Yeah,
so who knows whose fault that was. But
we talking about hard times. When you work for a company for 25 years and they give you a gold watch and kick you out the door. Hard times. Anyway. According to people, I'm laughing because I'm going to read this verbatim. According to PW Insider, there are 2 WWE names that will be featured in Disney's Zootopia 2, but we won't know who they are until the world premiere next week. Okay. You pay for that, folks. Wrestling Observer speculates Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio is likely the plan for Survivor Series in San Diego after the angle. I was talking to Jimmy yesterday, and I said, "Man, this is the perfect opportunity if Rey Mysterio wanted to retire, to have his kid retire him." Like a title versus career match. When's the last time they've done that? What do you think, man? Do you think this is going to be a fun little match between these two? I mean, I know you hate. Well, you're not a big fan of Dominic Mysterio. I think he's one of the best in the world. But are you looking forward to this, Vet? Don't laugh at me.
No, I'm not looking forward to it. But I mean, you have to do it. You know, as long as these guys are both in the same company, they're going to be in that same orbit, and you're going to have to like address the fact that your son is still running around.
Right.
You know, do I want him to retire Rey Mysterio? No. Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio. And finally here, the last little tidbit here is just on a Keep It in 100 podcast. Conan claimed El Hijo de Vikingo turned heel because he was getting booed in Mexico over the fans being upset that the title was taken off of Alberto Del Rio. So, shocker. I don't think there's any more pro wrestling news. Let me just give a quick little swing.
Can I throw just one little rhetorical question in on that one?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
How the hell is Vikingo going to be a heel?
Well,
all this guy does is stuff that you would do off a diving board in the pool. How the hell is that going to translate to heat?
Well, maybe
has he even thrown a punch ever?
Well, maybe he switches up his entire gimmick and he becomes a mat wrestler, submission wrestler.
Okay.
I mean, what is it? New Japan Pro Wrestling star Tohiro Ishii injured during recent AEW Collision match. It says last Saturday when AEW officially revealed the men's blood and guts match that would feature Darby Allin, so on and so forth. Anyway, so yeah, your boy Ishii's hurt. You a fan of this guy?
Yeah.
Well, he's hurt.
Oh,
we don't know when he's gonna be back. Shocker. I think that's about it, brother. There's really nothing going on here. We got some NXT news. Kalani Jordan's fucking her heel turn is a failure. Brian Cage announced he'll undergo another knee surgery. Shocker. What else we got? CM.
A lot of shockers today.
Yeah, a lot of shockers. There's a picture of TNA's owner with a stupid hat on. I want to get that hat.
Does he only wear the one hat?
I think so.
Or does he have different ones?
No, it's always that one black hat with the white lettering. Kind of dig it. Anyway, well, folks, that's it for the news. There's really nothing. If anything pops up during the day, anything breaking, anything important, anything super duper trooper, we'll let you guys know. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go back in the day. We're going to get the keys. We're going to borrow the Pro Wrestling Reflection time machine, and we're going to go back, way back to a yesteryear, a better time, Vet. A time when we didn't have to worry about guys tweeting about politics and stupidity. Folks, it is time to go back to this day in professional wrestling. And two songs are playing at the same time. Let's start this over, and here we go.
Will you stop? What you gonna do? Boobies.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back, Vet. Let's go back to a better time, man. Let's go back to, 1990 something. It is November 4th, 1994, Vet. You may have heard of that time. ECW presented November to Remember.
Yes, I've heard of the year of 1994.
Exactly. At the ECW Arena, the shithole in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This event saw Chris Benoit break Sabu's neck. Yeah, that's where we birthed the name The Crippler from him. The incident occurred just 2 minutes into the main event and stopped the match. I don't remember that. My God. Too Cold Scorpio came to the ring as a replacement for Sabu. And he...
What a brave man.
Right? Would you jump in the ring after you saw somebody get their neck broken?
Yeah, so we pull 15 minutes with this guy.
Jesus Christ. And it says, let me see here. Elsewhere on the card, we had the Sandman who turned heel when he revealed that he was actually not blind. That was one of the best fucking storylines, dude. It was so bad, so good. He was going around his neighborhood. He was like, he had the bandages over his eyes for weeks. He wouldn't leave the house without being escorted out of the house. He wouldn't drive anywhere. I mean, this was probably the end of kayfabe, like true kayfabe in professional wrestling. This is one of the last, is he really blind storylines? Anyway, and he revealed he was not actually blind and attacked Tommy Dreamer. And it was announced that he was a new client of Woman. In addition, Public Enemy won their second ECW championship, tag team championship, with a win over Mick Foley and Mikey Whipwreck. Anything here stick out to you, Vet?
Not really. I don't recall this.
Yeah. Well, we'd like you to like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe right here on YouTube. That'll be great. Or head over to Twitch and do that over there. Or, just send it to your friends and enemies. Anywho, with that being said, let's jump to the year 2000. In their first pay-per-view since their national TV deal with TNN ended, TNN, that was the Nashville network, if you remember that. ECW presented November to Remember from Villa Park, Illinois. I don't even know what the hell that is. A mostly unremarkable card, according to this gimmick here.
A little editorial comment in there.
Right? Was headlined by a unique double Jeopardy match, Fat. Let's see what happens here. The bout was essentially a four-man tournament. Tony Khan wrote this. For the ECW World title, with both semifinals occurring in the same ring. That's weird. At the same time, the final beginning as soon as the semifinal match finished. This is confusing as fuck. In the two semifinals, Steve Corino defeated Sandman. What a fucking technical marvel that must have been. Just Incredible bested Jerry Lynn. And this left Carino to defeat Justin Credible to win the World Heavyweight title of Eastern Championship Wrestling. It's ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling. Vet, now I do know for a fact that you're a huge Steve Carino fan. Why?
Yeah, absolutely not. That was, this was obviously ECW was in its death throes here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like it's on life support. They're getting ready to pull the plug. And I never got Steve Carino at that time.
Nobody did.
Just as a fan, the king of old school, I didn't get it. I didn't see any. I just was like, really? This is the best you guys can do, huh? You're not even going to try to turn the ship around. Paul Heyman had given up completely.
I always thought Justin Credible was related to X-Pac. I feel like they kind of look the same. Are they cousins or something?
I don't think so, but
related?
No, but he was sort of like an honorary clique or clique adjacent person when he was Aldo Montoya. They kind of
fucking Aldo Montoya.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, he had a diaper on his face.
Yeah, or something.
That was the.
They always even the King used to say he's wearing that jockstrap on his face. Like
that mask was the worst mask until who came along?
Oh, I don't know. There's been a ton of terrible masks.
Bet we just spoke about this guy maybe a year and a half ago.
The Yeti?
No, it's got to be Scripps.
Oh yeah, Scripps.
Oh yeah. Remember when he took that?
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah, he had leather dreads sewn into the mask.
I had already forgotten about him.
Right.
And now I remember.
Yeah, Scripps was the thing. All right, let's see here. Let's go to 2001 on Monday Night Raw. The Rock, you may have heard of that guy, defeated Chris Jericho. You may have heard of that guy too, to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. 2002 at a SmackDown taping in Manchester, New Hampshire. I love that. Can I tell you, New Hampshire is one of the most beautiful states in the world. I used to go there all the time. Love it. Edge and Rey Mysterio defeated Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit in a 2 out of 3 falls match to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. That's a fucking good tag team, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that they teamed up.
Yeah, it happened here and there, and then he turned on him, probably, right?
He probably did. But man, shit. God, that's a good tag team. I'm sorry. I'm just anyway. Let's go to 2006. 2006, not 6. The first ever. Oh boy, remember this? The first ever Cyber Sunday. I know Vet was excited about this. Took place in the shithole Cincinnati, Ohio. Big shout outs to RBV. The event kept the same fan voting theme as its predecessor, Taboo Tuesday, if you remember that. In the main event, World Heavyweight Champion King Booker defeated WWE Champion John Cena and ECW Champion Big Show in a triple threat match. The fans voted for Booker T's title to be on the line. The finish came about when celebrity Kevin Federline
That's right.
hit Cena with his belt on the same card. Roddy Piper and Ric Flair defeated the Spirit Squad to win the WWE Tag Team Championship. This was Piper's first title win in the WWE since 1992 and his second overall. Vet, this was when the two old geezers, remember they had all the old geezers coming back and winning shit? Any thoughts on this exciting card?
So here's the reason why this always sucked.
Uh-oh.
It didn't have to suck, Ray. I mean, who said it had to suck?
What sucked? The Roddy Piper thing?
No, the whole gimmick.
Oh, the whole Cyber Tuesday.
Yeah. Because they would always give you like either the same option 3 times worded differently, or they would give you something that you couldn't possibly want anything except for one of the choices.
Right.
So they really steered you into it because they just wanted to do what they wanted to do and be lazy. So no wonder it failed, and no wonder they dropped it after what I think they only did this 3 or 4 times.
I think so. Like
including Taboo Tuesday,
Yeah.
So, but I heard Eric Bischoff say something interesting recently, and that is like, now more than ever, we have the means to have stuff like this with fan interaction and voting, like, because the technology is so fast and so available to everyone. You could literally have everyone in the world vote for these kinds of things. Now, if they would just sit down and actually think of some interesting stuff to do,
right,
you could bring something like this back now, and it could be better than it was. But they're always just hedging their bets every single time with these stipulations and the people they have in there. So if you actually have some balls and do something interesting, I think that this thing would be kind of cool to revisit.
And then, but the thing is also, you're always going to have in the back of your mind, or at least I'll have it. I'm cynical. Do our votes really count?
Supposedly, here's the thing about wrestling, and WWE in particular, and Vince McMahon specifically. He cared about the strangest things being authentic.
Okay.
It would be like the easiest thing in the world to believe that they gimmicked all of this. But everybody that's ever talked about it swears up and down that it was a shoot. And I kind of believe it. Because in its own way, that's like a rib on the whole company. And Vince McMahon loves to rib people even at his own expense, like literal expense, like with money. So it's believable that, it's even, and also if they gimmicked all the votes, they wouldn't have needed to corral the voters into these shitty options.
That's
right.
Yeah. That's true.
So I tend to believe it. I'm not like 100% convinced, but I'm like 85% sure like the whole thing was legit, and they just stopped doing it because nobody liked it, because the way they were doing it wasn't any fun.
Zane Vicious is asking to keep it kayfabe, but and yes, I agree with you, artist. Dancing with the Stars, man, really fucked my heart over a couple times. So I don't believe in the whole, but it's true, man. It's interesting point that you brought up about Vince McMahon, the things that he cared about, the things that he took, to heart, and the things that he really didn't care about. Like, didn't really care too much about, I don't know, maybe the happiness and safety of his of his roster, but when it came to fucking votes, folks.
Yeah, exactly. And even stupid things too. Like, I mean, I heard when I was active, one of the things that I heard was like he would get, like, if people were not really brothers, they shouldn't say they're brothers. Like the Major Brothers, that's when he broke them up. He found out they weren't brothers. And then people would be like, well, what about Kane and the Undertaker? And it's like, oh, well, that's grandfathered in. Like, it's too late now, but like
so, he would have broken up Ole and Arn Anderson pretty much.
Yeah, or the Bashams or whatever like thing was going on at the time. Just like, oh, we can't have, like, since when do you care about authenticity? You have some of the cartooniest shit ever going on right now, and you're worried about people you gave them all fake names anyway, and now you're worried if they're that kind of shit was just, it made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, weird, man. Vince McMahon's a weird guy. And he has weird hair right now. So let's go to 2017. We only got 2 little entries here. Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory 2017 took place in Ottawa, Canada. Hey, shout outs to the Blue Jays for losing. The only title change on the card saw Gail Kim defeat Allie. You may have remembered the bunny. Remember her? And defending champion Sienna to win the Knockouts title. All right, so Gail Kim defeated Allie and Sienna to win the Knockouts title. And, Vet, a moment in history, a moment that I know that you were fucking excited about, that you look back in a tear rolls down your eye as Sami Callihan made his Impact Wrestling debut.
Yeah, I definitely would have cried if I had watched it.
For those folks that don't know, Sienna has probably one of the sweetest asses in all of professional wrestling.
I think you're thinking of somebody else.
It's Sienna, right?
She's just some fat white girl.
Sienna isn't hot? Am I thinking about the wrong girl?
Yeah.
You sure? All right.
You can Google her if you want.
Well, I'm gonna do that right now.
We're live, pal.
We are. All right, I gotta.
What's her name now? Like, is she still with the NWA or something? Or
is she? Oh no, I'm talking about the right girl. She's like pretty hot now. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
No.
It doesn't matter. All right, folks. We got one more entry here. Jeez, I think I made a mistake. Finally, we end this with Monday Night Raw at a Raw taping in Manchester, England. The Authors of Pain. Remember those guys? They defeated Razor and Akam. Am I correct? Is that the right name? They let me see, defeated Seth Rollins in a handicap match to win the Raw Tag Team Championship in the main event. Drew McIntyre defeated Kurt Angle by tap out with his own ankle lock. I don't remember Kurt Angle wrestling in 2018. What is wrong with me?
Had to be one of those, like his last. Yeah, you remember when he did like the Shield thing?
Is
this stuff like that?
Is this when Rockstar Spud was their manager?
Maybe, probably.
When he peed himself or whatever it was, I can't remember. Big shout out to Matt Shafford, just jumped in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That was this day in professional wrestling history. And as we always do, we have a couple of birthdays. And when I say a couple, just two. We have the great Alexander Wolf. You may have heard of that guy, Vet. It's his birthday. He was born November 5th, 1986. And finally, we have the beautiful, the talented, the incredible Sienna Allison Kay. With one of the sweetest asses in professional wrestling history. Ladies and gentlemen, born in 1987. And this has been this day in professional wrestling history. And all right, folks, batten down the hatches, because you know what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the main event of the evening. It's time for the main event. Scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT.
This is the revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT November 4th, 2025, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of this show is talking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of talking and pie throwing and stupidity. What am I talking about? You're going to have to stay tuned to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, as we run through this in record time. It is NXT, again, November 4th, 2025. And I'm going to hand this over to the man, the myth, the legend, the best in the world, the fat Jamie Williams. Pat, take it away, buddy.
Well, we're going to start out with our new AAA mixed tag team champions arriving.
AAA.
What do you think of all that?
Stupid mixed tag team titles. Did they get to beat the men get to beat up the women? And vice versa?
I think technically not.
Then what the fuck?
So we're starting out.
Not that I like men beating up women. I'm just saying,
sure,
landscape of professional wrestling, blah blah blah. I don't think
you were very excited. They reinserted that feature into 2K, the video game, right?
That is cool. You know how many times I whipped Rhea Ripley's ass?
How many times?
A lot.
Okay. So our first match tonight is Izzi and Dark Paxley and Lola Vice.
Oh, yeah.
They just team up with the Culling versus Fatal Influence.
So these girls, they're baby faces now, I guess.
Yeah. What the hell is even this?
Bro, can I ask you, when the fuck, did I ask you this question? Maybe I have already. When the fuck did fucking, what's his name? 10, the leader of the group.
Yes, Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger. When did Ty Dillinger not become the leader and they made this fucking blonde chick the leader? Because that's what it looks like to me. Like now he and the Mohawk guy are like fucking just background guys.
Yeah, I don't know that he's not the leader so much as that
Looks like
the guys have nothing going on and they're busy being proud of Paxum Tately now.
But she's awesome.
So Izzy always has something to say because she used to be the only woman, and her taking Paxum under her wing sort of backfired on her because now she sucks and Paxum has all the success.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, anyway,
speaking
of sucks.
Speaking of the sweetest ass in all of wrestling, I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is more like, what an ass is supposed to look like, but nonetheless, they have a match. Izzy eats the rolling encore on Paxum's behalf as she shoves her out of the way,
Taking a bullet for a tag team partner.
Yes, even though she did definitely try to murder her with a chair in that title match, but we've forgotten all about that.
Doesn't matter.
And we're just going with it.
What's a chair between friends, Vet?
I don't know, but she laid it on the line here and she lost. So will you just move on to the progressive spotlight, which is on the Americanos. They have subtitles here. Ray, I know you give us the Spanish lesson every week, but it's actually the same lesson every single week. So I need a new lesson, and so I need you to translate chingones for the people.
That's Mexican, though.
I think it's close enough. You could do
different. Hey, Vet, you know what I've been doing? I don't go to Siri anymore. I don't go to Google anymore.
Oh?
No. Check this out. Hey, Shira, good morning.
Hey there, good morning. How's it going? I hope you're having a great start to your day. Let me know if there's anything specific.
That doesn't sound like the Princess of Power.
That's ChatGPT. Hey, Shira, I call her Shira. That's her name. Shira, what does the Mexican term chingones mean in translated in English, or I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. So chingon in Mexican Spanish is kind of a slang term that can mean awesome, cool, or badass. It can be used in a positive way to describe someone or something that's really impressive or skilled. Just depends on the context.
Well, listen, Shira, I appreciate your help. You're the best. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Definitely talk to you later and have an awesome day.
All right, you too. Say bye-bye.
Take care.
ChatGPT scares me.
I saw a thing where like
This is freaking creepy.
Did you see the thing where the guy like married his AI, and but he does have like a wife and a kid, and the wife said something like, "I feel like I'm doing something wrong."
Well, all right. Can we be very
well, if it's in Utah, I guess.
Let's be transparent here. Is the wife like really overweight and ugly, or
I didn't see it?
Oh, you didn't see the
wife.
I
barely. It's only because the speed with which my eyes can read text is so fast that I was trying to just scroll on past it, but it all went in there.
Bro, let me tell you something. Last night I'm up. I watched the show. I put up the one of the podcasts that I edited or whatever, and I'm saying, let me try this shit, because I was watching a YouTube video on this kid that does all these languages, and he was having full conversation. I said, no way this is any... Bro, I was up like a straight 30 minutes just having a conversation with no one. Crazy. But that's what chingona is, awesome. So I guess...
I feel like, yeah, they translated the gist of it, but I don't think they literally said what it means.
What if you think a chingona bomb? It's an awesome bomb.
Yeah.
So, but
it's not awesome, but if you want to hear what I think of Raquel Rodriguez not being awesome, please check out the Raw
awesome.
watch along this week.
Oh,
as she completely destroyed whatever match those other three ladies were trying to have with her rottenness.
Listen, I gotta put something over during this segment, bro. When we talk about Grande Americano, right? and that character, and how Ludwig Kaiser has taken that character, I believe, personally to another level. Bro, his Spanish is fucking good. It's not perfect. There's certain things that he fucks up on here and there.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Right, but I'm just
For
saying,
he.
like, but his enunciation and the way he fucking verbalizes, like this, the way he puts the sentences together. Anyone here in that's Latino that knows what I'm talking about, he's fucking spot on. Like, he's really good. He's over with me when it comes to him speaking Spanish. Excellent job. So that's the only thing I took positive out of this little segment. But thank you, ChatGPT again.
Yeah, well, the only other thing that happened was Josh Briggs came in and says, "Hey, I want to fight."
Everything up.
Yeah, he fucked it.
Fucking
Yeah,
guy.
he doesn't speak any Spanish or Japanese or barely English.
Him and his wobbly stomach. He has to wear a fucking stomach cover. Good.
And more ESLs. Lei Ying Lee challenges Kalani Jordan on X, and then Ren QCC seems to be adding Kendall Gray as a member, and maybe Tyra May Steele because she's sitting there at the table with him. And then Kalani comes in and says, "Hey, Kendall, you need to listen to what I'm going to say." And then Kalani goes out to the ring and she says, "This may be out of character." And then I just immediately, the first thing that popped into my mind when she says, "This may be out of character," is, what is your character? Because you have flipped back and forth between babyface and heel without ever turning. Ray, she forgot the turns. She's never turned once, but she keeps going back and forth. I don't know what she is. But apparently this is about to be out of character for her. So anyway, she goes on to compare herself to other people who cheat and says, "Why you boo me when I do it?" And Bro, not a bad question. Yeah. But nonetheless, I just don't want to hear it come out of her mouth.
Oh my God.
And then she says she's staying home for the gold rush. No title shots for anyone.
Yo, how do you turn? So I guess now she's officially a heel. It's the same delivery as a babyface promo. It's the same monotone. I'm reading off a cue card, trying to remember my lines. Bullshit, bro. She is fucking miserable at this. It's like so fucking bad. And yeah, she is super talented physically. And we said this. Well, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. She's just fucking bad, dude. She's so unlikable. And I'm sure she's a nice girl, right? She's probably a sweetheart of a girl. Probably gives money to charity. You know, she probably sees a homeless guy and she's like, "Can I buy you a sandwich?" You know?
I feel like she's the kind of person that would pretend to be on her phone past a homeless guy.
Good. No, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Anyway, Sarah is with OTM.
I love those guys.
Yeah, they're back. And then awesome. the new you comes in to interrupt OTM's interview, and somehow they live through this.
Well, I didn't realize that it was Cale Dixon and Uriah Khan. I didn't realize those guys are so big. They're big kids.
Tall.
They're tall. Yeah, OTM is
Uriah Khan.
Big.
That's nothing big about it.
But let me tell you, man, OTM. All right, so now you talk about somebody like two guys that fucking. You know what I loved? I loved when I can't remember exactly what they said, but I love how they're saying we're gonna speak low, and Jake the Snake Roberts was the best at this, man. And I don't know if they looked at a couple of videotapes with Jake cutting a promo, but I'll say this, folks, that is like that. This go back to this segment, man. They don't have to scream. They already look intimidating. They're going to shake the world with whispers or some shit like that. They said, bro, dope. These guys are fucking good, man. I hope they don't ruin these guys. They don't need a manager.
They're already ruined. This is supposed to be like the rehab of the time they got ruined.
I know. But they don't need a manager. They don't need anybody. They're good themselves. They both have a great look, both big, both strong, both talented, both can talk. Brother, this is gonna be a really good fucking. They're gonna be good, man. Do you think I'm off here?
No, we already said all this before they debuted, and then after they debuted, and then we watched their career go down the toilet.
Then they put them with scripts, with the mask,
and and Port Soccer.
Yeah, you don't need that. Port Soccer. What?
Yeah, what's her name? You know, the girl with the
fucking
butt.
Yeah, her butt girl, butt soccer girl.
Yeah. What was the city she's from? Port something, wasn't it? Like we looked it up. It was like a rich area, like an affluent area.
It was affluent. We looked it up. Jada Parker. Yeah, it's Jada Parker.
Yeah, Jada Parker. But I don't remember the name of the. Josh Briggs versus Ariana Grande. During this match, Jasper's up in the he's up in the stands doing his Jacob Marley impression. Tavion Heights runs in at the end of the match wearing some sort of tactical iPad case. Like, what the fuck was what was he wearing? What was he wearing? He wore this orange like thing that like you clip
the book bag thing.
Yeah, but it's a book bag, but it could only fit one book and not even really a book. It was for like a laptop.
It's one of those fucking, you know what that is?
It's like his tablet case.
No, it's one of those fucking things that you wear when you go international and you walk around with your wallet and your ID and your fucking passport and you want to keep it right where you can see it.
Yeah, at your
But
back.
why wear that to the ring?
Yeah.
In bright orange.
I don't know.
Big orange.
Hey. Yeah, but he did. And
that shit was funny.
Yeah, he
That's
I don't
really
know
funny.
what is with kids these days. I tell you.
Bro.
I understand every old person that ever complained about kids now. I get it.
I'm like, you're yelling at clouds for a reason.
Right. And I think we were stupid, but I certainly think these kids are stupider than we were stupid when we were kids.
100%.
So like, if any of the people that said we were stupid are still alive, they would immediately die of disappointment when they see this generation. Like as soon as they would have seen Tavion Heights walk out with this thing, they would have been, that's the end.
Or this stupid. See?
Well, they're not incredibly old yet, though.
They're pretty fucking young.
So, the Americanos, while Tavion is trying to get his iPad out of it, reaching his, get it out. The Americanos do a double backstab on Josh Briggs, and then they roll him in, and the big Grande gets a submission.
He puts him in the Mexican surfboard. I got to put over the fact that Booker T does not watch the product. Why? Because Grande Americano's giving him the fucking backhanded thing, and Booker T's like, yeah, sucker. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know. First time I've ever seen this guy. Grande,
True.
really?
He's never been there before.
He's probably never been there before. Man.
Not in that form.
I like that submission, by the way, that Mexican surfboard. That works, especially against bigger guys. But, yeah, I mean, Josh Briggs, just a big guy to beat, I guess, at this point, right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you think it was funny?
He'll be released by 26, so unfortunately.
Yeah, probably. Did you think it was funny on Monday when Grande Americano did the E-Honda headbutt, the E-Honda flying headbutt, and got kicked?
Yep, it was awesome. Yo, dude, he's so fucking awesome.
Did you also think it was funny how when Penta, like you know how like every time Penta does a dive, nobody catches him?
Yes. Oh,
okay, so you the first when he landed like right on top of Kaiser, right, like on him.
Head. Yep.
You're right there. And then later he went to do like some sort of like half-ass double axe handle cross-body thing on Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne just let him splat. Like, what the fuck? Can this guy just get released? Why do we still have... Yeah, why are we still... Why is payroll still have to account for fucking Pete Dunne in 2025? The experiment is over.
It's Rico, or whatever his name is. Bravo.
Get him out of here.
With 3 R's. Bravo.
Get him out of here now.
E-Honda, pal. Somebody get me E-Honda, pal.
Old school.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, Ava reminds Kalani that she doesn't book her own matches, and then she books her to have a match with Tyra May Steele in what is about to be one of the biggest travesties of justice ever committed to American television.
This is the who gives a fuck about either of these girls match.
Well, I'll tell you. Miles Bourne asked Ricky to save a piece of trick for him. That's not gay or anything.
No.
We get a little footage of the AAA mixed tag win thing in case you missed it, which you did because it's AAA.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Ricky and Trick do their little separate locations interview. Well, you're already selling it, right? So go ahead.
Oh, just two guys talking on camera, talking shit, and then finally one guy gets really, really fucking upset, that being the champion. And then he goes to find Trick Williams and ends up getting a fucking metal pipe to the stomach. That's basically it. And this was, how long was this segment? 15 minutes long? Maybe? I don't know.
Not that long, but more than we wanted to see.
Like, if you, like, can I just tell you, if you're doing the satellite gimmick, one guy has to be home. Why do it next door?
Right.
Just have them sit, then just have Vic Joseph interviewing both of them, or have one of the girls.
Well, we've talked about this a lot over the years of reviewing the show. Is like, that place is the Performance Center back there. It's only so big. So you have all these people, these heated rivalries, and they're all just like, just chilling. Anyway. Yeah. And that was that pipe hit was, you know, it was a multicam shoot. So they made sure that they could get whichever angle they wanted on this impromptu, I'm going to go find this guy and fight him thing. They had multiple cameras set up. And Zaria enters with Soul, and Ren enters with Kendall, and then we have a speed match, and in just under 3 minutes, Spear F5, and Zaria moves on to win the belt for her friend. Now, if she wins this belt, which she probably is going to, is she just going to hand it over? Or does this start the thing where it's like, well, actually, I did win the belt, and you didn't want me to defend the belt for you, so it gives a little flavor to whatever they're trying to do.
The best thing about the speed thing is that the matches are quick.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Thank you.
Javon warms up. Kalani Jordan makes her entrance. She has a match with Tyra May Steele. Apparently, this gymnast is just too much for an Olympic level grappler to handle.
Bro, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's trying to get heat when she's like, I'm the best athlete, that type of thing. I'm standing there looking at Chocolate Thunder being like, really?
Yeah, I mean, of course she's trying to get heat, but
man, these two girls, Tyra May Steele, this is somebody that needs to stop smiling.
Oh God. You did it again. You told you this is what Bubba said on LFG, and it went viral.
Did he really?
Yeah. And the last time you said it, I brought that up again.
Did I? I don't remember. Well then I'll reiterate. She needs to stop smiling. She needs to go in there, be a badass. Doesn't have to be a heel, but just get rid of the fucking smiling. She needs to be Kurt Angle, TNA Kurt Angle. Remember when Kurt Angle put in the mouthpiece? She needs to put the mouthpiece in, just go to work.
If smiling is her thing, it can work.
Great smile, though.
It can work if smiling's her thing. Like, if she can't help doing it, okay. It's the problem is when people are being told to and they don't want to.
Right.
That's when it's a problem. But if she does, and if she wants to kill these people while smiling, that's what she should be doing. But unfortunately, that's not what they're having her do. She should be killing people. Yeah. This is not the spot for this person. Like, you don't put Tyra May Steele in the spot to do a job to this ridiculous.
Gymnast.
Yeah.
A flipper.
Yeah.
Like Tyra May Steele, as a shoot, she's a fucking Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Right.
There's not a better wrestler on the roster than her, period. She's the best female wrestler in the world. She should have not lost a match at all yet.
Right.
And if she did, it's like getting hit with brass knuckles or some shit. Bro, they did it. They already fucked this kid's career. Well, how are you going to turn this around? Her back. Turn her heel. Put a mask on her. Put a mask on her, pal.
That's right. Miss America.
Jeez.
All right. So, yeah, that sucked. She did her little shitty moonsault. And then Santino came on the video and said that
I missed this. I didn't see this.
Yeah, Santino came up on the wall after the match and said that Kalani, Ava may not be the general manager of TNA, but he is, and she's going to have to defend her title at that gimmick against Lei Ying Lee and what do you call her, Jordan Garachi?
Is that what he called this?
Yeah.
Jordan Garachi.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Soul getting closer to coming back. She's talking about her knee and stuff, and the doctor maybe she'll be back in time for something. And then Fatal Influence interrupts, and there you go. Yeah. Javon makes his entrance. Here comes Dark State. Dive, ding ding. They have a match. Obviously, Saquon is great. I don't need to say any more about him. He knows pretty much what to do. I
was wondering how you were gonna, I was gonna say, Vet, what did you think of this match? Because Saquon Sugars, this is the first time we really see him in a singles kind of full spotlight, and we know Javon Evans is gonna give us a crazy match, and it was everything. Since you already, well, anyway, it was everything I thought it would be, in a great match, and I just have to say, I understand now fully why you are such a fan of Saquon Sugars, because there's little things that he does, bro. I think he took an uppercut. He had taken an uppercut, and the way he sold it, it's just little fucking things that are so good. He needs to go away from these fucking goofballs. But
far away.
Give me your professional and professional breakdown of this match, man. It doesn't have to be anything extensive. Just what did you really love about these two guys and how they work together?
I mean, Javon Evans is what he is. He's kind of like an attraction in a way. Just you want to see what he's going to do. So that nothing really surprising there. And they still did some stuff that modern matches stuff that I just don't like. But other than that, I don't remember a lot of the details right now. But yeah, you said the thing I was going to say. Saquon does those little things that other people that are just trying to remember their pre-planned match forget to do or don't know to do.
Right.
So he's never out of character. He's never looks like he's memorizing a spot.
No.
He always looks like he's in the moment, being whatever I mean, right now he's like a slightly insane type of character.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's what he's being. He's not forgetting to do that and just go well, I'm just going to do my old Irish whip now. He's still staying in character throughout the match. That's the important thing.
It looks like I would call him controlled chaos. He's everything he does looks frantic and crazy, right? Like you said, he's crazy. But everything is so controlled and so precise with him. I don't know how old he is, but it seems like he's been doing this a long, long time, or he's gotten the right training. And I'm going to look this up really quick.
No, he's mid-20s, and he was trained by George South.
Oh, fuck then. That makes sense. George South he's like a Rip Rogers type guy,
right?
Character over. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, here's what I didn't like, okay? Because this is the second time now that we've seen a guy grab a dude by the leg. That's penis. Monday it happened. We were just talking about it with Penta. Dude gets grabbed by the leg. This time, Osiris, pulls Javon all the way out of the ring. And the referee's hey, what are you doing? What do you mean? What are you doing? Call for the bell. You can't just touch a guy. So anyway, so he pulls him out of the ring, but then Javon does this dodging act where he dodges around everybody and ends up putting them into stairs and posts and tables and whatever, and gets back in the ring, gets over on Sugars, and then hits him with the off-center frog splash thing.
I enjoyed it. I just had fun watching the guys work together.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting spot, except, we just, at some point, the referee's just going to be gone. We're talking about replacing jobs with AI. We don't need a referee anymore, apparently, because they don't do anything. So, and when they do something, they fuck it up. Like they hold up their own counts or, like whatever. Like I'm seeing less and less of a need for the referees because nothing matters anymore. It's not a sport anymore. They just make up the rules on the fly or disregard them as they feel necessary.
Check this out. I asked yesterday, ChatGPT. Check this out. Check this answer out. This is just for fun. Hey, ChatGPT, what's the difference between a good wrestler and a good worker?
Oh, that's a fun one. So a good wrestler usually refers to someone who's technically skilled in the ring with great athleticism, moves, and in-ring ability. On the other hand, a good worker is someone who excels at storytelling, making matches entertaining, and connecting with the audience. So while they definitely overlap, being a good worker often emphasizes the performance and the psychology of wrestling.
I got chills.
Well, you know why that happens.
Why?
See, AI only has the entire internet to pull from. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You following?
I'm listening. I'm sorry.
So all their data that they accumulate, it's on the internet right now. So they pull from all that, amalgamate it, and concisely break it down into a simple sentence. But there's hundreds of videos of me on the internet. And so that's why.
This is probably like, she's like, as the vet
Yeah,
said.
it's just, yeah.
And by the way,
that's just me saying that, really.
But I picked that voice because I kind of got hot when I was watching. Remember Goldmember, the sex bots? So.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got next?
Blake and Ava chat about Soul's availability and her knee and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets a call from her better half, whatever that means. And even Ava was like, Ava did this. Better half.
She can have a boyfriend now?
It's probably going to be her.
No.
She's going to come out with like a
mirror.
FaceTiming herself or something. Yeah, a mirror.
No, maybe she has a boyfriend. Who's going to be her boyfriend?
Or girlfriend.
Oh, girlfriend. Yeah, this is 2025.
All right, the Canadians are walking to the ring. Then Dark Paxum apologizes to the group.
Shows up.
For yeah, and then Izzi says, you got to be more selective with your championship matches. And she's like, yep, I sure do. But not yet. Got one more thing I got to do, whatever that is. So there's your hook.
Yeah.
And then we get the Canadians in the ring, and they have this big stupid cake, and they're celebrating stuff. And then they end up saying his name, and he does not come out of the cake, and he comes out, and then he's like, say her name, and she appears, and Thea Hale pops out of the cake, and she never had that gimmick, so it doesn't really make sense. I don't know why say her name in the thing, but this is really,
Maybe she got the rub.
If you rewind maybe about a year ago and how we would talk about people like Thea Hale and Joe Hendry, I'm pretty sure that we had every reason to believe that their trajectory would be completely different than where they're ending up right here, don't you?
I think we beat, again, talking about beating a dead horse. I think it's safe to say that we didn't see this coming. Because not for nothing, when Joe Hendry came out, remember how before it was like, everyone was like, yeah, I believe in. Now it's like, I believe in Joe Hendry. Yay.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is he still wearing the same shirt?
Yeah, I was just going to say, he's only got the one shirt, huh?
See, folks, me and Pat.
One shirt and the pants.
Ugh, the smell.
And Thea's, well, he's got two, because Thea was wearing similar.
Listen, if there's anyone you can pair her up with, it's got to be Joe Hendry, because they have like very similar energy. Like I can kind of dig it, but like you said, there was no friendship, relationship, no what would you call it, apprenticeship, none of that shit. There was no build to this moment. Like if maybe over the last couple of weeks, she was hanging around him a lot and always popping up where he was, maybe. But this was like out of the blue. Like, oh, let's who's somebody that we kind of like, but we haven't been doing anything with. The hell, let's stick it with Joe Hendry. I don't know, man.
Eh,
Terrible way to end the show with the pies to the face. Oh, by the way, yeah, for some reason in that cake, they were just a bunch of cream pies.
sure.
Why?
Well, because the cake wasn't real, so.
And then, of course, Vet, like you've said many times, our Canadian champion gets hit in the face with a pie, and it's almost like they threw was it acid in his face?
Mhm.
Oh no, the fuck, shit, cream.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, Frank said something interesting. He said, he's never been in Cynthia Hale and called her a one-trick pony, but they took away the one trick. Even if that was true, what you're seeing is they took away the one trick that the pony had, and now it's just a pony standing there.
Yeah, she was supposed to be this crazy psychopathic, nut job, full of energy nonstop, and then they turned her into a grown woman, and they put her in leather.
A grown ass woman. How'd her ass look, Frank? She was wearing pants. It looked like she was wearing pants.
Yeah. Well, my friend, this was another episode of NXT that happened. I guess it's safe to ask, are you excited about the follow-ups for next week? No, okay.
It's dangerous to ask that.
No, I'm not gonna.
You might get the real answer out of me.
We don't want that, folks. We want to keep kayfabe alive. So, Vet, with that being said, my friend, let's sign off here, brother. What do we got going on?
At Opinion everywhere. I'm on the shows I'm on, and watch the shows I tell you to watch.
I like that. I'm just going to put one thing over. Again, there's no Pro Wrestling Reflection this week, but we have 2 episodes up right now on both video and on podcast on HMG. So if you search Hami Media Group on any podcast platform, you're going to find the Pro Wrestling Reflection, the whole kit and caboodle, folks. So give the Pro Wrestling Reflection a follow and check out this week's check out these 2 episodes that you haven't listened. What if Andre the Giant won the WWF title at WrestleMania 3, and that was a good show. They booked it really well. Very interesting. You guys have to check it out. Tommy Wonder and the Professor. And then we did a greatest heel turns, and one of the most underrated heel turns, Bob Backlund going crazy in 1994. Him and Arnold Skolin and Diesel, and it's a really, really good listen. And I'm not just saying it because these are my boys. I'm saying it because it's a god darn good podcast. And if you missed Raw this week, ladies and gentlemen, it's right here on YouTube, exclusive. It's up right now. If you have nothing else to watch after we sign off, check out me and Jimmy as we break down Monday Night Raw with the really long segment that went over 10 minutes. What are we talking about? Well, you're going to have to check out, and CM Punk's nipples are right here. So with that being said, folks, I think that's it, man. I just want to wish Mansoor the best in his future endeavors. Really stupid. And that's about it, Vet. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's been a good morning here, and I'm looking forward to talking more shitty wrestling with you.
Well, feel free to join any of the other shows I have to talk about shitty wrestling on if you can't wait.
One thing about wrestling, folks, it's always shitty. Goodbye.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.